Guys, this is Michael from Nomadic Insights. In today's video, we're going to be diving into the Delta Skymiles credit cards and reviewing whether these cards are actually worth having in your wallet. The four cards we're going to be going over today are the Delta Skymiles Blue American Express card, Delta Skymiles Gold American Express, the Delta Skymiles Platinum American Express card, and Delta Skymiles Reserve. These four cards have different price points, as we'll be going into, but before we get started with these cards, I want to briefly go over the Delta Skymiles program. Let's talk about the Delta Skymiles program. So you need to earn medallion status in order to qualify for any benefits under the Skymiles program. So there are a number of different things you need to do in order to qualify. The main benefit of some of the Delta credit cards is that they help you qualify for medallion status with Delta Airlines. So if you're not a Delta frequent flyer, most of these cards and their benefits are going to be pretty useless for you. So you may not want to continue with this video in full transparency here. So in order to earn medallion status, there are three components that generally go into this. You need MQM, which are medallion qualified miles, or MQS, or medallion qualified segments, followed by MQDs, or medallion qualified dollars. Man, that is a mouthful, and there's a lot of jargon here. So the MQDs, or the medallion qualified dollar spend, starts at $3,000 for the silver tier, and you need 25,000 MQMs or medallion qualified miles, or 30 medallion qualified segments of travel in order to earn this status level. What you can do to get around the spend requirement is use the MQD spend waiver, which is available on several of the Delta credit cards. But again, you're still going to need to earn the medallion qualified miles, and there are a number of different tiers using status boosts on some of these cards to allow you to do that. On the whole, regular Delta miles are worth about 1.5 cents each. So if you're looking to redeem for rewards flights through Delta, you can expect about 1.5 cents in value for flight rewards. So again, if you're looking to use a Delta Skymiles credit card, you really need to be a Delta frequent flyer to get the benefit of these cards. So let's get started with the Delta Skymiles Blue card now. I don't really see the point of having a Delta Skymiles Blue card. There aren't really any benefits or features to having this card, and it gives you Delta points. So it has a nice potential sign-up bonus, I guess, at $150 in value for the 10,000 bonus miles you get after spending $500. But there's just way better cards to have that will give you cash back and not Skymiles points. And it just seems like a credit card you're gonna have just kind of as a floating credit card. I would really label this particular credit card an F-tier credit card because honestly, Amex has better products available. You don't get a free checked bag with this card. It's just the sad child of the Delta Skymiles credit cards. I would recommend just completely avoiding this card and focusing in on the other three, since it takes up a valuable spot of one of your. So if you want a Delta Skymiles card that makes sense to have, you have one of three choices. You have Gold, Platinum, and Reserve. There are a number of reasons you may want an airline credit card, such as that free checked bag. So let's dive into the Delta Skymiles Gold card now. So this card comes with a nice introductory offer that gives you nearly 40,000 points. So 40,000 points, that's going to give you a pretty high level of value. The introductory offer will net you 600 in-flight redemption value from Delta, along with that free checked bag. There are also a number of other benefits, such as a $100 Delta flight credit after you spend $10,000 a year, and you also get priority boarding from this card. So it does also offer some interesting earning categories with 2x back on your most purchased categories of interest, such as restaurants and supermarkets. So this 2x category for two main spend categories of restaurants and supermarkets is a pretty nice accumulation opportunity. There's some other multipliers as well, but again, with this card, if you're using it for groceries, there are just better grocery cards like the Amex Gold card. So the main reason to pick up this card is if you're a frequent Delta flyer interested in a free check bag, at least how I see it with the Skymiles Gold card. The Delta Skymiles Platinum, which we'll turn our attention to now, has some other interesting options available with it. Shift our attention to the cards you may be interested in because they've got much juicier benefits than Blue and Gold, which are just kind of meh compared to the next two here on our list. The Delta Skymiles Platinum card is where things really start to get juicy because of the companion certificate offer they have. So let's say you and your partner want to go to Hawaii. Well, if you only buy your economy ticket, you get a free ticket for your partner as well when you buy a full fare. So this can be a really nice way to do your annual vacation or a romantic getaway once a year with a partner, or let's say you even want to fly somewhere with your mother. The companion certificate is really nice. Again, this only includes US domestic travel, so that's a nice thing to consider. Really though, these two cards, Reserve and Platinum, are about what is the status boost and also the spending requirement waiver. So these two cards both get rid of the requirement you need to spend X number of dollars to qualify for status with the Delta Skymiles program. So if you spend $25,000 with your Platinum card, you will get 10,000 medallion qualified miles as part of that, and you can do this 2 times a year, meaning you can get up to 20,000 medallion qualified miles if you spend $50,000 on your card. That is a bucket load of spend for a lot of people, and I would generally recommend viewing this card as a setup to get your companion certificate or something like that if you want to travel with a partner on a Delta flight. Like let's say you want to go to Hawaii, you want to go to the US Virgin Islands or somewhere else nice. This companion certificate could be pretty nice since even economy class fares to Hawaii can get a bit pricey. In terms of the introductory offer on the Delta Skymiles Platinum card, you're looking at about $750 in flight redemptions if you use the 50,000 miles you're going to get after spending $2,000 on the card. And then you're also going to get 5,000 medallion qualification miles, which helps towards getting your status if you're going to use that in combination with status boost. And it does include a global entry statement credit with the $250 annual fee. So there are some ways to really make this card work. Again, I'd consider this the card I would get out of the lot. You'll see why as we dive into the Skymiles Reserve credit card. The Delta Skymiles Reserve clocks in with a nice old hefty fee of, oh, joyously $550 a year. That's a lot of money for this card. Its main benefit compared to the Platinum is you get Delta Skymiles Club access only when you're flying Delta, by the way. So you really are locked into the Delta ecosystem with this card. Doesn't come with a Priority Pass Select membership like an Amex Platinum does, or one of the other status cards, like say a Chase Sapphire Reserve card, but it does give you the ability to really accumulate medallion qualification miles about 4 times a year. So if you spend about $120,000 on this card, you're going to be much closer to a higher tier medallion status. But again, that's a lot of spending to do at 120,000 a year beyond the means of most upper middle class and middle class individuals who might benefit from this card. You really need to be pulling back, $500,000 to nearly $1 million a year to make this card make sense. But there are just better cards available. Personally, I have a Platinum American Express card. I still get the Centurion Lounge benefits. I get Priority Pass Select, and I also have access when I fly Delta to the Delta Skymile Lounge with a similar tier of benefits with way juicier credits versus this card that really only gives you access to the Centurion Lounge and the Access Lounge partners. So I frankly don't see a lot of value in adding this card to your retinue. The companion certificate benefits are not that much better compared to the Platinum. So if you already have a lounge card like the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the Amex Platinum card, you're better off just keeping that. And again, it gives you 50,000 bonus miles, or about $750, and then your 10,000 medallion qualification miles on the sign-up bonus. But again, why would you do this? It makes very little sense. I understand if you're someone who's always flying Delta and you really want Sky Mile benefits for some reason, but otherwise, the only card that seems remotely worth having out of the four of these would be the Platinum card, since for some moderate spend you can get towards medallion status, and that's more attainable for more mass affluent consumers. Again, I would pass on Reserve and just get an Amex Platinum or a Chase Sapphire Reserve. Maybe I'm missing something with the value of the Sky Miles program, but it's kind of a complex rewards program. It's convoluted, and the benefits of an Amex Platinum are just much more straightforward. And you also get Priority Pass Select, which is very nice. A tier card situationally for Delta flyers. Reserve if you make like $1 million a year and you're just looking for what the hell card, sure, maybe. But otherwise, maybe consider Gold if you frequently fly Delta and you want a free check bag, since that's nice. But again, I don't see a lot of value on these card products for most people. So thanks again for joining us here on Nomadic Insights. Stay awesome, guys.